what is programming? What is programming? Or what do you understand by programming? Programming എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾ എന്താ മനസ്സിലാക്കിയിരിക്കുന്നത്? You are giving a set of instructions to the computer and you are asking it to do some activities. Am I right? What is a language? You are giving some instructions to the computer and you are asking it to work for something that is called as programming. Okay. Fundamentals of programming. What is programming? Programming means you are giving a set of instructions to the computer and you are asking the computer to do a certain kind of job. That's it. Okay. So when you give a set of instructions, you need a language to communicate with the computer. Right? Oru bhasha vedam. I am giving you some instructions. I need to have a language with which I can talk to you. Am I right? I should know your language so that you and I can communicate together. Am I right? Yes or no? So, a programming language is a language that is used to communicate to the computer the instructions that you want to give the computer to perform. Now, everybody is very clear with this. Is there any doubt on that? No. They are very clear with what is programming and what is programming language, right? You have a programming language called as Python. So what is programming language doing? Programming language is translating the language, your language, to a machine or a computer understandable language. Okay, so it is translating from a language which you know to a computer understandable language which you don't need to know. You don't need to understand that at all. So you don't need to worry about that. You don't need to understand how the computer is going to interpret your programming language. That is done internally and that is beyond the scope of our study for the time being. Okay. So far is it very clear for you? All of you? Is there anything that... So all of you are clear with respect to what is a programming language and what is a program. Am I right? Yes, sir. The next thing what we are going to learn is a programming language. Is a language that you are going to speak to the computer. You are telling the computer to do certain things. Right? So let us begin with a few small statements which are the set of instructions or which are the instructions that you would like to give to your computer to do. Okay, suppose I want you to write a program to print welcome to the course on algorithmic thinking with Python. What you will do, you need a place to write. Okay, in computers you already have an operating system and all the basics are there. Okay, right? You want a space or a place where you are going to write this program and tell the computer to print something. The input would be the words that you are going to print. Output would be that the computer is printing that particular words. Is that clear? As of now, is it understandable for all of you? Okay? Is it understandable for all of you? Nobody should have any doubt. So we need places, we need space where you are going to give instructions to the computer. These spaces or the places where you are going to write the program is called as development environment, integrated development environment. Okay, integrated development environment is going to help you write the program. I have, if you had gone through the previous videos, you would have seen that I have taught you a few integrated development environments. I taught you how to write program in a Python program in command prompt. Okay. I have taught you that is Python shell, that you are directly accessing the Python interpreter. Second, I have taught you how to write programs in Google Colabs. Third, I have taught you how to write program in Spider. Right? So writing program in Spider, I will give you a more detailed explanation right now. What is Spider, how to open Spider, and how we are going to work with Spider. I'll give you an introduction right now. Okay? So far, everything is clear, right? So this is your Spider interface. This is your Spider interface. This is the set of folders or the projects. This is the place where you are going to write your program. Okay. This is the place where you are going to write the program. All these things are comments, not required. This is the history of your files, and this is called as console. Console is a place where you get the output here. What is seen as line 1 here. Okay, L1. So this is the place where you are going to write the program. Understood? All of you? All of you? So this is the place where you are going to write your program. Clear? Now I am going to write a program in Python to print some text. Okay. I will do this like this. This program file is called as untitled0.py, is the name of the Python file. I can save it. When I save it, I can change it. Okay. Print welcome to the course on algorithmic thinking with Python. So I am instructing the computer to print welcome to the course on algorithmic thinking with Python. So when I run this program, I will go to this play button in the top. You can see that when I run this, I'll get the output here as welcome to the course on algorithmic thinking with Python. So this is an interactive environment where you are going to type something and you are expecting some output to come after you have typed something. Okay, is this clear for all of you? You can change the color, look and everything of Spider as you like by going to this option here. See, here you have options For Windows layouts, you have themes here, consoles. Here I've changed this to white background. You can very easily change to any background you like. Okay. You have preferences here. You can the next lab session I taught you how to declare a variable. What do you understand by a variable? A variable is something that holds a value, right? Okay. So here I am declaring a variable called as welcome, and in that welcome I am giving a value of I can use single, double or triple quotes to declare a string variable. A string is nothing but a text that could contain a group of characters or anything within double quotes. Any characters or any numbers or anything that is given within double quotes is accepted as a string in Python. Okay. So I have declared something called as welcome, one variable called as welcome, and when I print welcome, what I'll be getting is I'll be getting welcome to the course on algorithmic thinking in Python, because welcome is a variable name and it has a value. Welcome to the course on algorithmic thinking with Python. Is it clear? Understood? All of you? Similarly, I can give this in single quotes also, I can give this in double quotes also, but I should close these quotes, okay? If I don't close these quotes, I'll get errors. Understand? If I have not closed this quote, I'll get an error saying end of line scanning string literal. So it is not finding, it is not able to find the end of the string literal whichever I have declared. Your Python interpreter is unable to find where your string is going to end, because it has to start with a quotation and end with a quotation. Now I'll get it right. Similarly, what happens when I declare this, when I give this in quotes, this itself becomes a string, so I'll get only welcome printed. Am I right? So when I run this, what I'll get welcome printed, because this is in quotes, not a variable. In this case, the welcome word is not a variable or an identifier, because it is given within quotes and it is taken up by the Python interpreter to be a string literal. Okay. So whatever you give within the quotes, Python interpreter converts this into a variable or an identifier, and this identifier can be used to identify the value given to the identifier. Is that clear now for all of you? Same variable name can be used again and again in Python. Suppose I am declaring a variable called as subject. I call this to be subject. Subject. I can, when I print subject, like what I've done previously, I'll get the value of algorithmic thinking in Python. But now I can use the same subject here again to declare engineering graphics, for example. Now when I print subject, I'll get engineering graphics as the output. Whichever is taken given in the next stage, latest one is taken by the Python interpreter to be the value for the variable. I can use the same variable name n number of times in my Python program. Whichever is the latest value, that is what is accepted by the Python interpreter. Same variable name can be used again and again in my program. It is not an error here. There is no errors, but the latest value is taken here.